No, it's a new YouTube link, I guess. Who cares? Right, so it's happening because it's only triggering when it's behind that. So what it should do is it should just do this. All right, it works. I mean, the inside is still broken as shit, but that's beside the point. It works. I got it to work, the thing that wasn't working the entire time. Tomorrow I might get my new computer things. I gotta sit down and back up my shit. There's a bunch of things I need to remember to back up. The project, not least of all. Are you gonna do that thing with the BIOS update? Yeah. It's settings. Like all the logins or one-time password things that aren't on my mobile yet. Are you going to download Windows 11? No. I will never do that until I have to. Same was true for 10. But then they forced you to, so... Won't they just force it? No. When were you forced to get 10? When they made DirectX 10 or 11 or whatever. Exclusively. For Windows 10. You can't use that shit with Windows 7. So they might do the same for 11 at some point. Yeah, my CPU is 10 years old. Like it's literally from 2012. It definitely does not support Windows 11. What are you gonna do with your old shit? I'm probably gonna put them into my parents' computer, but until I get them a better GPU, there's no point. Yeah, I'm asking my mom to bring. She's got a USB stick too. I only have one. That way I don't need to wipe my Windows from it. Or my Windows installer. I bought a Ryzen 9 5900. No, I did not buy the one for $7,000. I only posted that because Gare posted some fucking computer list. He DM'd me a computer part list. And he was like, "Is this good? Is this good? I don't know anything about computers." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You work like as a programmer, like fucking retard." And he had like a GPU for $2,000, and his CPU was not much different. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, still convinced that's not what happened. But this should be like that as well. Hope you don't get any squirrels or something. I don't know what kind of wild beasts you've got there. Raccoons. Okay, so this is the indoors thing, right? Yeah, don't your cats sneak out? Or maybe you have outdoor cats, I don't know. Jump out the windows. You got screens everywhere, yeah. Your insect problem's a problem no more? Oh, nice. What did you do? He had like ants and stuff all over his entire apartment. Like inside his cupboards and everything. They had a colony in the insulation. Yeah. It's terrible. Like, getting ants in the house is horrible. Sealed all windows and did an actual holocauster? Okay. You put poison everywhere. He's gonna die from, like, eating ant poison. Where they kill the queen. They had to carry it back home. It started living in the cupboards. Are you sure it was the queen and not just one of those big ones? I don't know if you have those over there. guess carpenter ants is what they're called in English. I hate the carpenter ants. Fuck those guys. Man, I don't know. We've solved the issue, but I'm kind of pooped. I know the next thing is here's this. Do you EU boyos get your houses fumigated? No, not really. At least not here. The thing is, we live so far north that... like, the worst thing you can get is ants. Pretty much. But if you get carpenter ants in your house, they can fuck up the entire house. At that point, you might have to do something like that. But it's, like, super, super rare that I even hear about something like that. But the coolest thing I've heard anyone have is water. So, I don't know exactly how it happened, but if I remember right, it was something like when he isolated his house, he didn't just put in isolation, he also put plastic in the walls. And what happened was that it created condensation. And I don't know if that was the entire problem, but it ended up with being so bad that when it was windy, you could hear like it would sound like you had like an ocean in the walls, and it was just sloshing around. And then at some point, they just had to open it up because it was like leaking or something. And then it was just like pouring out. Like the entire house was just like filled with water in the walls. Like, they do use plastic as well. Like when you insulate, you use the fiber pads, but you also typically use like a plastic barrier. But it's only a sheet, right? But I guess he had rather than using that, he had used like tarp or something. Just like put that all around it. Like there are quite a few stories like that, where they just do insane things because they just it'll be the same as this, and then it's just completely destroyed. I like the one where my dad fixed the basement because it was moldy. Like they had a little, potato cellar. You open up a hatch, and down there's a basement. And it was just full of mold. So how he fixed it was he took one of those spray bottles with water that you like spray on your plants with, and he filled it with diesel. He just went around and sprayed the entire basement. And then he threw down a match. Smell coming from my sink? Yeah, you should open that up and clean it. You need to get one of those pipe cleaners. Clean it. Mine is super clogged now and I have to fix it. I just don't wanna. So it's just like barely working. Every time I use it, it fills up entirely. It's terrible. Plugged event stack. I don't even know what that means. My feet was crushed by the porcelain. How? It's stuck on the wall, dude. You just open up the bottom of it. Your drains everywhere need a vent going up to the roof. I don't have that. It's somewhere in the building. Not my problem. Mine is just the airlock or the water lock that's clogged to shit. Yeah, I see. But it's like, it's just like standing on a pedestal. It's not actually bolted to the wall. Gotta be able to open it somehow. I mean... Americans are fucking retarded. You don't know how to do anything. Like you don't bolt your shit to the wall. You have carpets everywhere. You wear shoes indoors. Like you do everything wrong. What's wrong with you guys? Your toilets have like water up to the ball sack. Like I don't know what's wrong with you. Like it's like you're 50 years behind when it comes to like just house stuff. Like, I don't know what's happening. But I think we're gonna stop here. I worked through my second break anyway. And I don't think I'm gonna get anything more done. So I think we'll stop there. Yep. Soon. I'm gonna take a shower first. And maybe get something to eat. Then game stream. Suffering stream, rather. Yeah, my hair is super greasy today. But it just didn't bother. It's not like anyone's here to see it anyway. Don't worry. Anyway. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging. Are you no poo? Hell yeah, no poo. Fuck that shit. Bye bye.